Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you today about a woman who might not be noticed, might not be celebrated, and yet she walks among us every day. This is a story about the unloved woman, the one who feels that her voice goes unheard, that her worth is overlooked. And yet, in that quiet, she finds a strength you couldn't imagine. This woman may have had to carry burdens alone, maybe even in silence, but if you take a closer look, you'll see that she possesses a resilience and grace that nothing can take away. This isn't just about hardship, it's about growth, about finding a way to rise from that place of feeling unseen. And by the end of this talk, I hope you'll see her differently, see her strength, her beauty, and most importantly, her unbreakable spirit. Stay with me because you're going to leave here with a new perspective, one that might change the way you see not just her, but every woman in your life. In the world around us, there are countless stories that go unnoticed, countless lives that unfold in silence. One of those stories belongs to the unloved woman, a figure who often moves through life uncelebrated and unseen. She might be your friend, your neighbor, or even a family member, quietly enduring the feeling of being overlooked, sometimes even by those closest to her. Yet within this woman lies a silent strength, a resilience that is as deep as it is profound, forged in the fires of loneliness and self-reliance. The unloved woman carries a strength that isn't loud or obvious, but one that runs deep within her soul. This strength is built over time, brick by brick, in the moments when she has had to be her own source of encouragement, her own shoulder to lean on. Often she has to endure the ache of feeling invisible, of not fitting into the molds that society praises and rewards. In this world, where validation is often tied to appearance, success, or status, the unloved woman is frequently left out of the spotlight. But this very exclusion is what leads her to discover a strength that's unique, one that's not reliant on external praise or recognition. Her strength is not given by others, it is self-made. Through her experiences, she learns to trust herself, to be her own best friend, and to cultivate a resilience that many may not understand. She knows what it's like to sit with pain, to face her own fears and doubts without the comfort of someone else's words to reassure her. In these quiet moments, she digs deep into herself, unearthing a wellspring of inner strength that sustains her. This strength doesn't need to be proven to others, and it doesn't waver in the face of criticism or neglect. It's a quiet, steadfast strength that anchors her through the storms of life. When we talk about resilience, it's often in the context of visible achievements or grand gestures. But the resilience of the unloved woman is different. Hers is a strength that can't be seen on the surface because it's been built in the shadows and the spaces where no one is watching. This kind of resilience comes from a single moment of courage. It comes from countless moments of choosing to keep going, to believe in herself, even when the world seems to have turned its back. She knows that her worth is not determined by how others see her, but by how she sees herself. And over time, this knowledge becomes her power. The unloved woman understands what it means to walk alone, to forge her own path when there is no one beside her. She doesn't need someone else's validation to know her value. This journey isn't easy. There are moments when she feels the weight of loneliness more deeply than she can express. But it's in these moments that she also learns to find peace within herself, to draw strength from her own company. She realizes that her worth doesn't depend on someone else's acceptance, but on her own love and acceptance of herself. Through all the challenges, the unloved woman gains a wisdom that is rare and invaluable. She learns to see beyond the superficial judgments of society and to understand the deeper truths about herself and others. She becomes aware that love, in its truest form, isn't something that has to come from another person. It's something that can be cultivated within. Her journey of resilience teaches her the profound lesson that she is enough on her own, that her happiness doesn't have to be tied to someone else's approval. This inner strength often leads her to develop a deep sense of empathy and compassion for others. She knows the pain of feeling unseen, so she looks out for those who may be walking a similar path. Her experiences give her a unique perspective, a capacity for understanding that can only come from having been through the fire herself. She becomes a source of quiet support for those around her, offering them a safe space to be seen and valued. Her compassion doesn't stem from pity, but from a deep sense of connection with others who have felt that same pain. The strength of the unloved woman is a testament to the power of resilience and self-love. She shows us that true strength isn't about the applause or recognition one receives, it's about the ability to stand tall even when the world doesn't notice. Her story reminds us that there is beauty in resilience, that there is power in quiet strength. The unloved woman may not seek validation from others, but her life is a powerful example of what it means to find worth within oneself. In her silence, in her endurance, and in her unwavering self-belief, she embodies a strength that is both timeless and profound. To all the unloved women out there, know that your strength is not in vain. It is a beacon, a testament to the beauty of resilience. You are seen, even if not by the world, by those who understand the true value of a heart that has learned to love itself. And in your strength, you are a light to those who are walking their own path of quiet endurance. The world may not always recognize it, but in you lies a strength that is unmatched, a strength that only grows deeper with time. World self-worth is often tied to external validation. We see it all the time, people seeking approval, applause, and recognition from others to feel valuable. For the unloved woman, however, this journey looks quite different. She's learned to navigate life without the consistent reassurance from others that many take for granted. She has had to carve out a place of self-worth from within, discovering that her value is inherent and not something that can be granted or taken away by anyone else. This process is challenging, but it is also deeply empowering. It teaches her one of life's most important lessons, that true self-worth is not defined by how others see her, but by how she sees herself. Many people base their worth on how they're treated by those around them, believing that if they're loved or admired, they must be valuable. But the unloved woman has learned that this kind of validation is fleeting. She understands that others' opinions are not a true measure of her character or her potential. She knows that external validation is a temporary bandage, one that doesn't provide the lasting sense of self that comes from within. Instead, she learns to look inward, cultivating a strong sense of self-respect and self-assurance that doesn't depend on others' perceptions. The journey to find self-worth without external validation isn't easy. It requires a commitment to self-reflection, to questioning societal standards, and to standing firm in her own truth even when others don't see or value it. The unloved woman has likely spent many lonely nights questioning her worth, wondering if there's something wrong with her for not receiving the love or recognition that others seem to get effortlessly. Over time, she comes to realize that these feelings aren't a reflection of her worth, but rather of how society tends to overlook those who don't conform to its narrow ideals. This understanding frees her from seeking approval from others and gives her the courage to define her own sense of value. As she navigates this journey, the unloved woman develops an inner resilience that is rare and powerful. She learns to celebrate herself in ways that aren't visible to the outside world. Her achievements may not always be obvious, but they are significant: the ability to stand on her own 2 feet, to trust her instincts, and to value her own company. Each step she takes away from needing others' approval brings her closer to true freedom, allowing her to grow into the person she was meant to be without the constraints of others' expectations. She no longer sees herself through the distorted lens of society's opinions. Instead, she sees herself clearly and with compassion. Through her journey of self-worth, the unloved woman becomes aware of her strengths, her capabilities, and her unique perspective. She learns that she is enough, not because others say so, but because she has come to believe it herself. This realization is profound and transformative. When a woman finds her worth from within, she becomes unshakable. She is no longer swayed by others' opinions or judgments, because she knows that her value is something that cannot be diminished by anyone else's lack of recognition. This self-assuredness radiates from her, becoming a quiet, powerful force that others can feel, even if they don't fully understand it. The unloved woman's journey also allows her to redefine success and happiness on her own terms. No longer does she feel the need to fit into a societal mold or chase the things that are typically seen as markers of worth, status, popularity, or admiration from others. Instead, she focuses on what brings her genuine fulfillment and peace. Her life becomes a reflection of her inner values rather than society's expectations. She understands that true success isn't about meeting someone else's standards, it's about finding contentment within herself and living a life that aligns with her beliefs and dreams. In this way, her self-worth becomes her guiding compass, leading her towards a life of authenticity and meaning. This inner transformation doesn't just benefit the unloved woman, it also positively impacts those around her. Her journey becomes a powerful example for others who may also be struggling to find self-worth in a world that places so much emphasis on external approval. By embodying a self-confidence that comes from within, she shows others that it is possible to live without constant validation from others, that it's possible to be complete and whole on one's own. Her presence reminds others that worth is something we define for ourselves, not something that anyone else can give or take away. Her journey allows her to develop a deep empathy for others who feel overlooked or undervalued. Having experienced what it's like to live without others' validation, she can recognize and support those who might be struggling with similar feelings. Her empathy becomes one of her greatest strengths, allowing her to connect with others in a way that is genuine and compassionate. She doesn't look at people through the lens of societal standards. Instead, she sees their inherent worth and potential, just as she has learned to see her own. This ability to look beyond the surface and understand others on a deeper level is a gift that only someone who has walked her path can fully possess. In the end, the unloved woman's journey to self-worth is not just a personal victory, it's a powerful reminder to everyone about the importance of finding value from within. She exemplifies the truth that our worth isn't tied to others' opinions, but is something we create for ourselves. Her story is a testament to the strength that lies in quiet resilience, in standing firm in one's truth, and in learning to love oneself wholeheartedly. For the unloved woman, self-worth is not just a concept, it's a hard-won achievement, a badge of honor that she wears proudly. And for those who take the time to understand her journey, she becomes an inspiration, a living reminder that true worth is found within, beyond the reach of anyone's judgment or approval. The unloved woman's life has taught her a kind of self-reliance that can't be bought, imitated, or faked. In a world that often values popularity and admiration, she has come to understand that real strength is born from within. Her journey hasn't been easy, and there have been countless moments where she wished for a partner to lean on, someone to lift her up when she felt the weight of the world. But in the absence of such support, she has become her own foundation. This experience has taught her that while external support is comforting, true resilience is something she must cultivate on her own. Quiet power and learning to rely on oneself. For the unloved woman, this journey began in those silent moments when no one else was there to hear her struggles, let alone lift her out of them. In those times, she realized that she couldn't wait for someone else to save her, that she couldn't depend on others to provide the sense of security she needed. So she began to build it within herself, brick by brick, through perseverance and self-encouragement. Each time she overcame a challenge on her own, her inner foundation grew stronger. This is a strength that is often hidden from view, yet it's as unbreakable as steel. In today's society, we're often taught to lean on others for comfort, for validation, and for a sense of identity. But the unloved woman's experience has shown her that when she cultivates inner strength, she creates a security that no one can take away from her. She doesn't need to rely on anyone else to feel whole, because she's learned to be whole within herself. Her self-reliance isn't rooted in pride or ego, it's born from necessity, from the understanding that waiting for someone else to complete her only leads to disappointment. She has chosen instead to be her own source of strength. This journey of self-reliance has also gifted her with a unique perspective on life. While others might feel defeated in the face of adversity, she has learned to see challenges as opportunities for growth. She knows that every obstacle is a chance to reinforce her resilience, to dig even deeper into her own reserves of strength. She understands that life's struggles don't define her, it's how she responds to them that shapes who she is. This mindset doesn't just get her through tough times, it transforms her. Each challenge she faces becomes a lesson, a stepping stone that brings her closer to her true self. Being able to stand alone is a powerful thing, and the unloved woman embodies this truth. She knows that her strength is not tied to anyone else's presence in her life. She doesn't rely on others to give her purpose or to fill her with confidence. This independence means that she doesn't feel pressured to fit into others' expectations or to mold herself to be what someone else needs. She is free to be exactly who she is, and this freedom allows her to live authentically without the fear of losing herself for someone else's approval. Reliance does not make her cold or detached. In fact, her journey has deepened her empathy and compassion. She knows what it feels like to walk alone, to face struggles without a shoulder to lean on. And because of this, she has a unique ability to offer understanding and support to others who might be going through similar experiences. Her strength is quiet but powerful, and it inspires others to find their own inner resilience. She doesn't impose her journey on anyone else, but her presence serves as a reminder that self-reliance is possible, that one can find strength from within, even in the darkest of times. This inner foundation also allows her to build healthier relationships with others. She isn't looking for someone to complete her, to rescue her, or to provide her with a sense of worth. Instead, she approaches relationships from a place of wholeness, offering her support without expecting anyone else to fill a void within her. This kind of relationship is rooted in respect and mutual understanding, as she's looking to lean on someone else, but rather to walk alongside them. Her independence allows her to love freely without fear of losing herself in the process. The self-reliance she has cultivated doesn't mean that she never needs anyone or that she is immune to feelings of loneliness. Rather, it means that she is capable of weathering those moments on her own. She has learned that while connection is beautiful and essential, her identity and strength do not rely on it. This understanding gives her a peace that many may not understand, a confidence that isn't shaken by others' opinions or by the temporary nature of relationships. She has found her anchor within, and that is something that no one can take away from her. The unloved woman's journey of self-reliance is a testament to the power of inner strength. She shows us that it's possible to build a life based on one's own terms, to find worth and purpose without external validation. Her story reminds us that while life can be challenging, it is also an opportunity to grow and to cultivate resilience. She proves that true strength comes from within, and that when we learn to rely on ourselves, we become unbreakable. Her life is a powerful example for anyone who has ever felt overlooked or undervalued, showing them that they too have the strength to stand tall, to be their own source of support, and to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. The unloved woman has had to navigate through experiences that most people can only imagine. Life has shown her both its warmth and its coldness, its highs and its deep, resounding lows. Over time, she's learned not to run from these challenges, but to face them head-on with courage and resolve. Through this, she's developed a wisdom that only those who have known true struggle can understand. Her life has taught her things that no textbook or advice from others could provide. It's taught her resilience and a profound understanding of herself and the world around her. This wisdom becomes her guide, her compass, allowing her to move through life with a depth and insight that most people strive for. Experiencing life's hardships has made her acutely aware of her own strength and endurance. When others may have faltered, she found ways to keep going, to pick herself up even when it seemed that the world was working against her. This strength doesn't come from a desire to prove herself to anyone, but rather from a quiet, steadfast commitment to her own survival and growth. She has had to be her own source of motivation, her own voice of reason, and in doing so, she's developed an unbreakable spirit. This strength is not visible on the surface. It's a quiet, deep power that she carries within, one that anchors her through whatever storms life may throw her way. Her experiences have also taught her empathy in ways that only those who have truly struggled can comprehend. She understands what it's like to feel lost, to feel unseen, and to question one's own worth. And because of this, she's able to look beyond the surface when she meets others. She doesn't judge quickly or assume she knows someone's story. Instead, she listens with an open heart, understanding that everyone carries unseen battles. Her empathy is genuine, a gift that makes her a safe harbor for those around her. People can sense her kindness, her understanding, and her lack of judgment, which draws others to her in times of need. With time, she has also developed a remarkable sense of self-awareness. She knows who she is, what she stands for, and what truly matters to her. Life's challenges have forced her to confront herself in ways that many avoid, and through this process, she has come to understand her own values, strengths, and areas for growth. She no longer allows herself to be defined by others' perceptions or expectations. She defines herself. This self-awareness gives her a clarity that most people spend years searching for. She knows what brings her peace and what disrupts it, what she's willing to fight for, and what she's willing to fight for, and what she needs to let go of. Her journey has carved away any illusions, leaving her with an honest and unfiltered view of herself. This wisdom, however, isn't always easily understood by those around her. People who haven't walked in her shoes may find it hard to grasp why she is the way she is, why she doesn't seek validation from why she seems so grounded, so sure of herself. But she doesn't need others to understand her journey. She's reached a place where her peace comes from within. She doesn't feel the need to explain herself or seek approval. She knows that her experiences have given her a unique perspective, and she's comfortable with that. This acceptance of her own path allows her to move through life with confidence, unbothered by others' opinions or judgments. The unloved woman also brings an authenticity to her interactions that is rare and powerful. Because faced the raw and often harsh realities of life, she doesn't feel the need to put up a facade or pretend to be someone she's not. She is honest both with herself and with others, and this honesty resonates deeply with those around her. In a world where so many people wear masks to fit in, her authenticity is refreshing. She's not interested in superficial relationships or small talk. She values depth, honesty, and real connections. This authenticity is one of her greatest strengths, as it allows her to attract people who genuinely appreciate her for who she is, not for what she can do for them. Through her journey, she's also developed a unique perspective on life's challenges. Rather than viewing obstacles as setbacks, she sees them as opportunities for growth. She understands that every challenge is a lesson, every hardship a teacher. This mindset doesn't make life any easier, but it allows her to find meaning in even the most difficult of times. She knows that each struggle has contributed to her growth, that each setback has made her stronger. This perspective gives her a resilience that is rare and precious, enabling her to face future challenges with courage and optimism. She doesn't fear hardship. She knows that she has the strength to overcome it, just as she has done time and time again. Her wisdom also makes her a natural source of support and guidance for those around her. People are drawn to her because they sense that she understands them on a deeper level. She doesn't offer empty advice or platitudes. Instead, she shares insights from her own journey, insights that resonate because they come from experience. Her wisdom is not about telling others what to do, but about helping them see their own strength, helping them find their own way. She empowers those around her to believe in, to trust their own journey, just as she has learned to trust hers. The unloved woman's wisdom is a testament to her resilience and her capacity for growth. She has taken life's hardest lessons and turned them into sources of strength, empathy, and insight. Her journey has taught her things that cannot be learned from books or through others' advice. It has taught her about the depths of human experience, about the power of self-belief, and about the beauty of authenticity. Her life is a testament to the idea that even in the absence of love or validation from others, one can find profound meaning, purpose, and strength. She has learned to embrace her own path, to find peace within herself, and to share her wisdom with others in a way that is both powerful and inspiring. And for those who take the time to listen, her story is a reminder that life's greatest lessons often come from the most unexpected places, and that true wisdom is found not in avoiding hardship, but in embracing it and emerging stronger on the other side. The unloved woman often feels as though she walks an isolated path, one that is both a burden and a unique kind of blessing. She has spent years grappling with the sense of being unseen, overlooked, and undervalued. However, in this solitude, she has gained a gift and ability to connect deeply with her own heart, mind, and spirit. This kind of solitude is different from loneliness. It is a space where she has learned to embrace herself fully, to understand her own needs, dreams, and values without the influence of others. In a way, this solitude has become her sanctuary, a place where she can be wholly herself, without fear of judgment or expectation. The society we live in often sends a message that self-worth comes from external validation, from being loved, admired, or approved of by others. But the unloved woman knows that genuine worth comes from within. She has had to cultivate a relationship with herself that is rooted in respect and understanding. She has learned that in moments of solitude, she can find the clarity to reflect on her life, her desires, and her purpose. This solitude has given her a rare gift, the opportunity to truly know herself. Rather than filling her life with distractions or seeking approval from others, she has turned inward, finding comfort and fulfillment within her own being. This inner journey is not always an easy one. Facing oneself in solitude means confronting insecurities, fears, and doubts. It requires courage to look within, to acknowledge the parts of oneself that are imperfect or wounded. But for the unloved woman, this journey has been transformative. She has come to understand that her worth is not defined by others' opinions or actions, but by her own inner strength, resilience, and compassion. She has learned to love herself in ways that no one else can, and this self-love has become a source of peace and stability in her life. As a result of this self-discovery, she has developed an unshakable self-acceptance. She no longer seeks to be someone she's not, nor does she feel the need to meet others' expectations or conform to societal pressures. Her solitude has taught her to embrace her authentic self with all her strengths and vulnerabilities. She has become comfortable in her own skin, knowing that her value is intrinsic and not dependent on how others perceive her. This acceptance is liberating, allowing her to walk through life with confidence and dignity, even when others may not recognize her worth. In her solitude, the unloved woman has also discovered her passions and interests. Without the constant noise of others' opinions, she has been free to explore what truly brings her joy and fulfillment. She has invested time in her hobbies, her talents, and her personal growth, finding purpose and meaning in activities that resonate with her soul. This journey of self-discovery has given her a sense of purpose that is independent of others' approval. She does not wait for someone to give her permission to pursue her dreams or to follow her passions. She knows that she alone has the power to shape her life. This journey has also taught her the importance of setting boundaries. She understands that not everyone will appreciate or understand her, and that's okay. Her solitude has shown her that she does not need to allow others into her life who do not respect her boundaries or appreciate her true self. She has learned to protect her energy, to surround herself with people who value and support her rather than those who drain her or make her feel less than. This ability to set boundaries is a reflection of her self-respect and her understanding of her own worth. In addition, her solitude has heightened her empathy and understanding for others. Because she knows what it feels like to walk alone, she has developed a deep compassion for those who may also feel unseen or misunderstood. She doesn't judge others for their struggles, nor does she seek to change. Instead, she listens, she understands, and she offers support without expecting anything in return. Her empathy is one of her greatest strengths, allowing her to connect with others on a profound level. She sees people not for who they appear to be on the surface, but for the unique, complex individuals they truly are. Through her solitude, she has also cultivated a sense of inner peace. While the world around her may be chaotic, she knows how to find calm within herself. She has developed practices, whether they are through meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature, that help her reconnect with her inner self. This peace is a precious gift, a reminder that she can always find comfort and strength within herself, regardless of the circumstances. Her solitude has become a source of refuge, a place where she can retreat to renew her spirit and find balance. The unloved woman's solitude has taught her that she is whole on her own. She does not need another person to complete her, nor does she rely on others to give her a sense of purpose. She has learned to find fulfillment within herself, and this self-sufficiency gives her a freedom that few others know. Her journey of solitude has made her resilient, wise, and deeply compassionate. She has come to understand that true happiness and contentment come from within, from a life lived authentically and with purpose. In a world that often tells people to seek validation from others, the unloved woman's journey of self-reliance and self-discovery is a powerful reminder of the strength that lies in solitude. She shows us that even in the absence of external love or recognition, one can find a profound sense of worth, purpose, and peace. Her story encourages others to look within, to embrace their own journey of self-discovery, and to find fulfillment in their own company. She is a testament to the idea that solitude, rather than being something to fear or avoid, can be a path to self-realization and inner harmony. The unloved woman, through the trials and experiences she's endured, has come to embody strength that resonates deeply and silently within her. The strength is not just about enduring hardship, it's about thriving in the face of it, using every setback as fuel to build a stronger, more resilient spirit. Her journey has been one of learning to rely on herself, to trust her inner resources, and to cultivate an unwavering sense of self-belief. Life has taught her that she cannot control what others do or how they may perceive, but she has full control over her own choices, her own reactions, and her own sense of worth. She has learned that real power lies in the ability to stand tall, unshaken, even when life throws its harshest challenges at her. This strength is not always visible. To those on the outside, she may seem quiet or reserved, but beneath that exterior lies a fierce determination, a quiet resolve that pushes her forward regardless of the circumstances. She has become her own anchor, her own source of support, learning that true strength often doesn't announce itself loudly. Instead, it shows up in her actions, in the way she carries herself, and in the way she handles life's challenges with grace and dignity. She does not need to broadcast her struggles or seek sympathy because she has learned to find peace within herself. Her strength is a gift that she has cultivated through years of self-reflection, through moments of doubt and despair, and through the unwavering belief that she can overcome anything life places in her path. Because of this strength, she has developed a remarkable ability to adapt. She knows that life is full of twists and turns, and instead of resisting them, she has learned to flow with them. This adaptability doesn't mean that she is unaffected by the struggles she faces. It means that she has learned how to navigate them without allowing them to define her. She has developed a mental resilience that allows her to face setbacks not as endings, but as new beginnings, as opportunities to grow and evolve. She understands that every challenge she overcomes only adds to her strength, making her more capable of facing the future with courage and confidence. Her adaptability is a reflection of her inner power, a testament to her ability to transform adversity into personal growth. Her strength also manifests in her ability to remain compassionate and open-hearted despite the hardships she has faced. Life has not made her bitter or hardened her spirit. Instead, it has deepened her empathy and compassion. She knows what it feels like to be overlooked or underestimated, and because of this, she has a natural kindness towards others who may be going through their own silent battles. She does not judge quickly or dismiss people based on appearances. Instead, she sees beyond the surface, recognizing that everyone has their own struggles, their own scars. Her compassion is an extension of her strength, a quiet assurance that she does not need to diminish others to feel strong. Her kindness is genuine and enduring, rooted in her understanding of pain and the resilience it can foster. With this strength comes a deep sense of self-respect. She has learned to stand up for herself, to set boundaries, and to protect her own peace. She knows that she deserves to be treated with respect and dignity, and she does not allow others to undermine her worth. This self-respect is not about arrogance or pride. It is about knowing her own value and refusing to settle for less than she deserves. She has learned to say no to situations and people who do not honor her, to walk away from circumstances that threaten her peace, and to choose herself even when it is difficult. This self-respect is a powerful force, one that ensures she does not lose herself in the process of caring for others or in seeking external validation. Her strength has also taught her patience, a quality that is rare in a world that values instant gratification. She understands that growth takes time, that healing is a process, and that true strength is built over years, not in a single moment. She has learned to be patient with herself, to honor her own journey, and to give herself the grace to move at her own pace. This patience is not passive, it is an active choice to trust in the process, to believe that everything unfolds in its own time. She does not rush her journey or compare it to others. Instead, she embraces each step, knowing that every experience, whether joyful or painful, is contributing to her growth. In addition to patience, her strength has given her a quiet confidence. She no longer feels the need to prove herself to others or to seek approval. She knows her own worth, and this knowledge gives her a sense of security that is unshakable. This confidence is not boastful or loud. It is a steady, grounded belief in herself and her abilities. She does not need external validation to feel complete, because she has found that completeness within herself. Her confidence is a reflection of her inner peace, a sign that she has come to terms with who she is and is proud of the person she has become. She walks through life with her head held high, knowing that she has earned her strength through her own resilience and determination. Her strength is a gift not only to herself, but to those around her. She serves as a source of inspiration, a reminder that strength is not about the absence of struggle, but about the ability to rise above it. She shows others that it is possible to be both strong and compassionate, both resilient and open-hearted. Her strength encourages others to embrace their own power, to believe in themselves even when life feels challenging, and to find peace within their own journey. She has transformed her pain into purpose, her struggles into wisdom, and her solitude into strength. Her life is a testament to the idea that true strength is found not in how others perceive us, but in how we perceive ourselves. She has learned that strength is not about overpowering others or proving oneself. It is about embracing oneself fully, with all one's flaws and vulnerabilities. Her strength is quiet yet powerful, a constant reminder that we all have the capacity to grow, to adapt, and to thrive even in the face of adversity. And for those who look to her as a source of guidance, she stands as a beacon of hope, showing that no matter how unloved or unseen one might feel, there is always strength to be found within.